a 2, a 3, a 4.
We are Movie Menu Reviews. Your mistress in the apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse, to be exact. On today's menu, we'll be reviewing Zombieland, Double Tap, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Welcome, ladies and gents. I'm Dan the Man Muñoz, host of Movie Menu Reviews, your weekly movie news and reviews podcast. We are live on Facebook. If you are watching us on Facebook, we say thank you. We appreciate it. If you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or wherever you listen to your podcast, thank you as well. We do appreciate it. We have a special episode today.
We do.
Because we have a special guest.
We do.
We have our resident Disney expert, Heather McLane.
Yay!
Thank you so much, Heather, for being here.
Of course, anytime, guys.
We'll hold you against that, or we'll hold that against you. Yes, I was talking in Yoda because of the Star Wars trailer. Also joining us today, who looks kind of like Yoda, is my co-host, Mike Stay!
Yay! You know, we were talking about what animals Mike looks like, or he is, and I think you've picked up on Yoda.
Yeah, I would love to be a Yoda animal.
There you go.
Great.
Yeah.
But Yoda's not, like, clumsy.
And forget. Well, but he is forgetful.
But he's really wise, so maybe
also not. Yeah, that's.
I was about to be like, oh, no, it's not nice.
hey, you guys said it, not me. I'm Yoda. It's too late. It's too late.
Someone who is more like the Emperor.
Oh, thank you.
Is senior panelist and co-Z.
Does that just mean that I can't die?
Apparently,
he can't die.
It's in folklore legends.
Yeah.
So we have a lot to talk about today.
We do.
Because this past weekend we had the amazing experience of hosting our first annual Movie Menu Short Film Festival.
Woo!
That was hosted by Company of Angels. So we would like to say thank you, Company of Angels Theater. Go check them out at companyofangels.org and check out all their events and shows, upcoming shows, and donate and everything for them. But we had an amazing experience because we had 13 short films from guests that we've interviewed in our Movie Menu interview show.
Yeah.
We curated the films and we displayed it for the public and for the filmmakers, and it was just a great experience. Do you guys want to talk about? So all four of us went. How would you rate the film festival?
Definitely give it a dine-in.
Wow. Well,
of course it was a dine-in, Jen.
Well, that seems unfair. I think that
he's gonna say it was 2/3 a good film festival.
2/3.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was actually 2/3 a good film.
There wasn't enough rom-com for you.
There was just not enough That's not true. There was enough rom-com in there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Did you watch all the movies?
Actually, okay, so I missed a couple because my tire exploded
Yes,
on the way there.
Valid reason to not watch all of them.
So, but I saw all but I think 3 or 4, the first 3 or 4. So
okay.
It was a really nice mix.
Yeah.
It was well curated. Well, I like the running order that you had that I saw, and it was just an enjoyable experience because they were all like little snacks of films because they're short.
Yeah.
So it was just an enjoyable experience, like little different blinks of stories, and it was a good time.
Well, and that's kind of the thing about a short film, and I think that's the thing that I really appreciated watching the films was that a short film is very difficult to compose because you really have a very limited amount of time. I think within 10 minutes, right? And so you have to really be able to create an arc within that time frame. And there was definitely some that I walked away from. I think Whittier Boulevard was the one that I really appreciated. And as you were saying, there's not enough rom-coms. There was a rom-com. I mean, it wasn't a rom. It was a drama, but it was definitely a romance. And I thought that walking away from watching that one, I thought that was a very different romance that we don't see in the mainstream. It was a transgendered individual who was trying to find their way, even though they were minors trying to find their way. And I thought that was a really interesting story. So I think kudos for the selection, because there were some stories that were unique, and I think that film, when it works, it makes us feel something. And there were several of them in there that I was like, oh wow, I did not expect to see that, but that was really, really meaningful.
Yeah, and the production quality I was really surprised at the production quality of a lot of those films. Like, wow, that was impressive.
I agreed. Yeah.
We had a Q&A. We had the event for 2 nights. The first night, we interviewed some of the filmmakers afterwards about their inspiration of the film, and then the second night, we delved a little more into the process of the filmmaking and questions from the audience. That will be posted online, so make sure to visit our website. We will have a film festival tab on our website that you can go ahead and watch all the stuff that all the interviews from the film festival. And again, thank you to the filmmakers that were there.
Yes.
Thank you guys for
showing up.
for showing up.
Yeah. Also, thank the MC.
Thank you, Corey.
Corey
was doing the MC.
For outing me as a Zodiac killer. Yeah, thank you for that. It's not me. We all know who that was. Come on, guys.
It's Mike.
No. It is well known the Zodiac killer was George Hodel.
Oh, yeah. Wink, yeah.
I mean, he was LA based, sure, but whatever.
The Zodiac killer would say that.
So this weekend was great. There was so much to celebrate, and now we're moving on to more celebration. Yay! The Star Wars trailer, The Rise of Skywalker, just came out literally about maybe 2 or 3 hours ago, and tickets went on sale. But we are here to talk about the trailer itself.
Yes.
So, guys, what did you think of the final trailer to the final film of the Skywalker saga?
I feel really bad for Daisy Ridley. She's got to run a whole lot in this movie. It's like every trailer has been her heaving through and jumping through things. And I mean, yeah, like it clearly it's all like what's it when I'm looking at, like hallucinations. Like there's a lot there. It's an interesting trailer. I wouldn't say that I know what the story is, and I think that I'm okay with that. But at the same time, there's not enough. They don't tell us enough in the trailer that makes me kind of want to go, oh, I really need to see this. You know what I mean? Like there's not like a clear narrative.
No, there isn't. But I think that's on purpose, right? Because we don't want to know what's going to happen, really.
I feel like after the last movie, we definitely want to know that at least it's not going to be like a 4-hour.
The last one was in 4 hours.
I know that, Dan. I'm exaggerating. A 4-hour.
You exaggerating?
Parking lot film. I feel like they could have shown a little more. I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, I don't want to know more. I want to go in and watch it.
You wanted to see C-3PO commit suicide because that's kind of what we got to see in this.
See what?
C-3PO,
Oh,
because he's saying things like I want to see my friends for the last time. I was like, oh, you're gonna.
No, like I think he literally means see them, because in the previous trailer we see C-3PO's eyes turn red. So I don't think.
So he goes Sith.
But do you think it's like a self-sacrificing?
Maybe
it looks like a moment where he's about to sacrifice himself for the good of the group.
It does.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. But really, the saga really follows C-3PO and R2-D2. So if one of them ends, then it really is the end of the saga.
You need to see them die. I would. You know what, Dan? Now you've made me interested. That actually made me genuinely interested, because then that actually makes me go like, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Maybe it isn't the rise of the Skywalker. Maybe it's just the fall of the droids, and that would be really cool to watch.
Well, I mean, they can.
Yes, I agree.
Anybody they want to now, and they have. I mean,
Well, let's go into that. Do we think everyone will survive in this film?
I hope not. I really hope not.
Who? If you had to bet, who would you pick?
One of the droids is going down, probably C-3PO. If not R2-D2.
Oh my God, they can't.
I know.
They can't kill Arturito. You can't kill that guy. That's the Mexican version of R2-D2, by the way.
I figured.
With the sombrero and the mustache. Yeah. So I agree. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I kind of feel like the easy ones that I can say for.
I feel like Poe's gonna die.
No, see, that's the thing, though. I feel like they're going to really build that relationship between Poe and Rey. Like they were in the books, they were setting that up since like day one. So I feel, and in the last episode, they definitely hinted at a romantic relationship. So I don't think they're gonna do that.
I really want to see more relationship between Ray and
Kylo.
Yeah,
Me too.
Right. There was not enough shirtless scenes in this trailer.
Thank you for reading my mind, by the way. You're good at that. But
And,
exactly what I was going for.
Wait, do you want Kylo? You're shipping Kylo and Ray? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then in the last film they were kind of being shipped. So.
It was a really weird shipping.
It's
though.
not.
No.
It was the
not.
equivalent of your grandparents trying to hook you up with the wrong person.
No, it's like they have a connection. They have a connection with the Force. That's like
That's not the basis of a relationship, though.
But
That's
they almost like hooked up and went together, and they fought together. That fight scene was epic. That's
You're
my
saying
favorite scene in the movie.
that fight scene
practically.
was sexualized. You're saying that was like
Yes.
a moment of
Well, they fight each other in this movie, and then we see like a silhouette of like them fighting Darth Vader's helmets or suit or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
helmets.
Are we talking about that? Okay, so yes, you get to see several shadows that hint at the past coming back to life, which I thought was really interesting, because you do see the shadow of the Emperor. You'll see that.
You don't see the shadow. You
see his side.
You see the side. Yeah, not the shadow. You see the actual like the cloak, and it looks like he's. For me, I thought. In Aliens, how Sigourney Weaver was in that machine thing. It seemed like the Emperor was also in one of those things, like moving forward to Rey.
No, it didn't.
Kind of did.
No, it did
It
not.
kinda did.
No.
That would be great to
because
see.
he's like he's like 13 feet tall, and she's like looking up at him. So, from what I remember, the Emperor Palpatine cannot
Also,
fly.
where is the dark Rey? Did we not see that in the last trailer?
We did. But
Okay.
I feel like all that stuff is
BS.
No. Well, yes, but no. It's all part of the Jedi training or the Skywalker training.
Yeah.
Where they have to face their fears and face the challenges. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like the Jedi Temple. Also, what's also cool, and I don't know if you guys ever watched Rebels,
Of course.
but it looked like the Ghost ship is in this as well. So I wonder if any of the characters from Rebels is going to come on.
They'd
That'd
be
be
dead
amazing.
by this point. No, they would be dead. That's happened way in the past.
No, it wouldn't.
When is Rebels set?
It's right. It's literally right before episode 4.
Episode 4, yeah.
But Ezra,
that's like
would-
30 years and
Ezra would still be alive.
that's true. Ezra, you're
And
right.
And Sabine would still be alive.
Yeah,
So-
assuming they survive. But yes,
And you don't know the life of can't remember her name right now.
droids.
No,
droids.
The
These
Hera of the alien species. You don't know the life range of them.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still not entirely sold on this movie. You were going to say something about you buying tickets because they're now on sale, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so it is a bitch to buy Star Wars tickets when the tickets are released.
Really? I already got mine.
Good for you.
So easy to do. Yeah, I just clicked on several buttons.
So luckily, me and Heather were able to get tickets. So opening night Thursday.
Oh, you're going to fan night.
Yes, we're not doing the fan event, but we're going to fan night. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But again, this is the third time where I've been foiled and not be able to watch the film where I want to watch it, which is AMC City Walk IMAX, which is the best IMAX in my opinion.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing,
It's
but
big.
it's always sold out.
Of course it is.
So sorry.
Because you're not the only one that has that opinion.
Right. And then I've been trying to because Heather's never been to City Walk, and
Have you never been to City Walk?
Nope,
Oh.
lived
It's
in
a-
SoCal my entire life.
and I've been like, you got to see it. And now, damn it. Maybe over the weekend.
But now that I have A-list, we could go.
Well, whenever,
See every
yeah.
movie there.
Yeah.
We will. So, okay, moving on. Let's go ahead and we had a couple comments. So we have Lisa Garza. She says Avatar.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
And Sean
sister.
Aguirre says, yo.
Wait, is the Avatar a reference to the suits? Because I was thinking that too.
Oh.
The
I
what now?
don't know. Maybe.
With the suits?
Yeah, like walking in suits. Like
Oh,
the
yes.
The first
No,
thing
you're
I thought of
yes,
was Avatar.
yes. Thank
Oh
you.
my
Good
God, it's
point.
the same almost thing as Aliens.
that is
These
a-
are ridiculous.
Or
Yeah, that
Pacific
was-
Rim, or it's all the same.
Yeah, it's a Jaeger. It's essentially a Jaeger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our
Or
first
like Matrix. Is that
review.
Yeah.
Movie menu.
So I have seen this film, so I'm going to toss the hosting duties over to the one person who did not see this film, which is the Zodiac Killer.
First of all, I am not a doctor. That was whatever. Okay. All right. So Zombieland, double tap. It's not even got a 2 next to it. It's just Zombieland double tap. It is directed by Ruben Fleischer, written by Rhett Reese and Dave Callahan, starring Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone, Abigail Breslin, Zoe Deutsch, and Rosario Dawson. Did I miss anybody else in that? Anybody? Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he's in there, but is he in there for like a good majority of the movie?
No. Yes.
No. Okay, that's what I figured. All right. Here's the plot. Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock move to the American heartland as they face off against evolved zombies. Follow survivors and the growing pains of the snarky makeshift family. So, depending on your spoiler-free review, now I will be deciding whether or not this movie is worth a dine-in, watch it in a theater, a takeout, watch it at home, or leftovers, watched Walking Dead instead.
Okay.
It's funny that you say that.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that.
Okay, we'll go with that. Now, whoever wins, actually, Heather, just because you're the guest and we're not allowed to earn points, you will be the one to earn a point. If
no matter what?
If you are on the swaying vote.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right. And those votes are imaginary. They don't actually exist, and they can earn you up to whatever Dan's wallet currently holds.
0.
But you'll have...
I was going to say.
I beat you to it.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, I have not seen this movie, so please rate this film. Heather, as our guest, you go first.
I'm going to give it a takeout.
Oh, all right. Right on.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
He's like proud of me.
I am proud of you. I am very proud of you right now. Dan, what's your vote? He's going to change it on the fly.
No, I can see the takeout. Takeout is a good call, but I'm going to go with dine-in.
Okay.
I could see that too.
Okay.
I was on the fence.
Gotcha. And Mike?
I'm going to go with dine-in.
Okay. All right.
So it's my job to convince Z
it is
that
your
I am correct.
The thing
is why I'm proud of you. I'm actually kind of excited now.
Z doesn't need convincing. I don't think he wanted to see this film anyways.
No, that's not true. No. Me and Mike had a very good discussion about me wanting to watch this movie and not wanting to watch Maleficent. I ended up losing that argument.
You went the other way.
So
thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say about
you're going to enjoy it, that's for sure. Okay, so we started off as friends and we're going to end as enemies. Okay, so with that being said, why do I care about a film that's based 10 years after the fact? Literally 10 years. We've actually waited 10 years for this sequel in a general... I mean, we're so used to sequels coming out really quickly. Why should I watch this movie?
Well, this is not like Dumb and Dumber or like... This sequel does... it does live up to the original. The only thing that I would say, like, Heather's correct about takeout, but I still give it a dine-in, is that it doesn't like surpass the original. It's like almost the same as the original.
Yeah, it's a legitimate sequel. Like it is. Like you liked Zombieland the first time. Like, hey, it's another one. Awesome, go watch it.
Okay.
And it's it's written by the same writers as Deadpool.
Yeah.
So again, it's
very snarky.
It's very snarky. It's very self-aware. They make it known that it's been 10 years later,
and that you're watching it in a theater.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They do break the.
Does that feel like
it's a couple of times
like legit borrowed from Deadpool and it doesn't feel right?
No, because the original was kind of because Jesse Eisenberg would talk to the audience about the rules.
Okay, yeah.
It fit.
Yeah, so it fit within the world.
All right.
But I enjoyed just knowing more about these characters. But they also they did expand the world a little bit. Like it's not just the same old world. They did like throw in some dangerous stuff. More dangerous stuff than just the regular zombies.
Okay. Yeah, like it said in the
there's evolved zombies.
They evolve.
What does an evolved zombie look like?
They actually, it's the very beginning exposition of the film. They explain that there's like three new
types
of zombies, and they named the first one like the lowest level, the really dumb ones. They named him Homer, and they actually have like the Simpsons font and the donut.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just like they're really dumb. Like he was at one point, one of them was chasing a butterfly.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to eating one of the people.
Gotcha. Okay. Weird. All right. And then what are the following? Is that spoiler territory? Have you described the rest?
No, I don't think so.
So we have the Homer. We have the Bart.
No. Then we have
the Hawking.
The hockey.
Oh, the
It's
hockey.
it's the
No,
smart
but-
zombie.
Is that a smart zombie?
It's
Yeah,
a smart
it's a
zombie.
smart zombie, yeah.
Oh, okay. What does that mean?
Which is fun to watch, you know.
Yeah.
Well, like they
Yeah.
figured like they show a clip, which I don't know if this is spoiler, but
It
it's
wa-
like
It's
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
very beginning.
It's
I
a-
don't think it's.
Yeah.
like someone like is able to close the door and using some type of mechanical way, and the zombie was able to figure it out
No.
and
Okay.
open the door in
Like,
in a clever way.
Yeah. All right.
Like the hawking, it makes like they're really smart.
Huh.
But
okay.
then there's a third one that they call the ninja. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's the third
that's
one.
right. Yeah. Those
okay,
are
so there's
Anything else would be a spoiler.
okay.
Yeah.
well, thank you
Okay.
for spoiling that.
Yeah, the ninja that's quiet and deadly.
Okay.
Like
Sound-
the first
sound
sound
deadly.
you hear is your own scream.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
Direct quote.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I
So
forgot about the ninja.
oh, well,
Because you
because-
never see
you
one.
never-
except in
because
the
they're
description.
silent but deadly, Dan.
Oh, you never see one because you never see them.
There you go.
That's-
Yeah.
You
that's
just
it.
explained it.
Yeah. Okay. So you know the I guess it's been so long. I haven't seen Zombieland in a long time. But I do remember just the character Jesse Eisenberg being a very like wuss. And then you had Tallahassee, who was like this bombastic male. I remember I heard a review talking about how, you know, clearly he's a 2009 individual. You couldn't get away with that kind of language anymore. Do you feel like they cut back on that, or do you feel like it's the same?
No, Woody
Tallahassee?
Harrelson. I feel like it's still Woody Harrelson in this.
Okay.
movie.
I don't feel like these characters really evolved at all.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
where they left off at the end of the first movie, like that's where they're at, and
That's where you pick up from.
kind of where they stay. Honestly,
Yeah, even though it's 10 years, do you feel like that's a gap? Like, do you feel like that's a clear misstep there?
no. I mean, it's very clear that they are a team and that they're very accustomed to working together. Like
I would disagree with you though, because I feel like Abigail Breslin is the only one that's really changed, because when
She got
did
an Oscar.
no,
She got a nomination. Yeah.
yeah, all of them are nominated, and Emma Stone is the winner.
'cause she's older.
But she was the little girl in the first movie, and now she's the teenager in this one, and she doesn't want to be treated like the little girl anymore. So I feel like she kind of had an evolution.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of obvious because it has been 10 years, and that's really the driving force of the plot is the fact that she has now aged and she doesn't want to be like that's what sets the story in motion.
Everyone treats her like she's the little girl still.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
and Tallahassee, like Woody Harrelson's character, has really taken on the dad role in as much as he could in that sense.
He's the overbearing father role.
Father figure, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And that's it's like the annoyed teenager with the overbearing
That wants to
dad.
rebel.
Right?
Yeah.
In the apocalypse.
So how did they do? I mean, these are it's been 10 years and they've all gotten their own nominations for the Oscars at this point. My expectation is that they're going to phone it in. So do you guys feel like they phoned it in a little bit?
No, I mean, it's exactly the same performance as the first one.
Okay.
I mean, they're not. That's the irony of this, is the fact that they have all these actors who were nominated for an Oscar, and then Emma Stone, who won the Oscar, to play these like characters that are exactly the same from the past the 10 years. So it's not like any of this is going to get them a nomination for anything.
Yeah.
But they're still fun. Like, I had a fun time watching the first one and getting to know these characters. And now that we see them as their relationships have grown, see that develop, as well as like some more mayhem, like Zoe Deutsch.
I was about to ask. Yeah, we have Zoe Deutsch. Yeah,
is a fun addition to this movie.
Yes.
Rosario Dawson is fucking awesome in this movie.
I mean, she's always awesome. Yeah.
There's like a great scene with Luke Wilson, and then the guy from Silicon Valley, which I don't really know his name, but
yes.
That was a great scene as well.
Yeah, it's just more of what you see in the trailer, which is super. It's super fun when
fun
they're
to
on
watch.
screen.
Yeah, you need to watch the movie. It's super fun.
There's a great exchange between the guy from Silicon Valley and Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
and I know
because they looked exactly the same.
right, like
yeah.
they're
that's the
doppelgangers,
joke,
but that's a
yeah.
joke. But then when they start to interact with each other, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Was that whole sequence of the doppelgangers.
Okay, all right. So Heather, why isn't this movie a dine-in for you?
As fun as it is, and if you know, like I said, if you're
It's
into the type of movie that is Zombieland, you're gonna love. Like if you like the first one, you're gonna love the second one.
Okay,
it was just as good. It was really fun to watch, but I don't think it's necessary to go watch it in theaters.
Okay.
Like, sure, go watch it in theaters.
It's because she had a bad time with the first one.
I'm not bitter about it.
You are bitter about it, and I'm going to tell the story why.
Okay, Mike, why did you
No,
not?
no. Let's
gonna
tell the
skip
story.
right over that. I don't think I need to hear the story.
So me and Heather back in 2009.
Heather, you get the point because I'm so tired.
We're doing
of
the flashbacks. Woo. So back in 2009, we had tickets go to the premiere of Zombieland, the first one, and it was being done at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, and we got there super early, and they had told us that we had to get dressed up. So I think you even wore heels for that.
Oh, okay.
And so we were there, and we were waiting for, I would say at least 3 to 4 hours or something like that.
I'd say 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3. No, make it 3 to 4.
No,
so they
exaggerated more than.
So
5.5 hours.
So about 8 hours. We were there.
In heels, it felt like 8 hours.
And for one of these things, you have to line up, and it's first come first serve. And we weren't that far from the front. We were like, oh, good, we're gonna get in. This is pretty awesome. So the film started at 7:30. So by 6:30, the couple in front of us started to have all their friends show up.
Oh,
and it was literally not one or two friends. It was
15.
Yeah, it was a shitload of people that started to show up. And as we're starting to go in, as they're starting to let us go in, they literally stopped where we were.
Oh, okay.
That's terrible.
And for the premiere of Zombieland, so we were like, "Fuck this movie! We're never watching this movie. Screw this movie!" Blah blah blah.
I think I maybe watched it 3 or 4 years ago. Finally.
Oh, okay.
I watched it that weekend and I loved it.
All right. Thank you for the story time.
Flashing back,
Mike, what did you like about this movie?
I think it's a very fun movie, and what's phoned in the most about it is actually the plot and the script.
Okay,
and that's not necessarily a bad thing because that's not what this movie is even about.
Yeah.
It's not trying to shock you or trying to outsmart you. It's just it's a lot of
it's like a documentary.
It's just crowd pleaser. That's what it is. To the very end, it's crowd pleaser. Don't.
There's post credit scene.
Yeah. There's post credit scenes, and it continues, and it's super fun to see as well. So
okay.
So I won't spoil it.
Honestly, I think the mid credit scene is awesome. The post credit scene you could leave. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're saying this movie is more of it's just pandering to the fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
exactly what it is.
It's super formulaic and predictable, but it's fun.
But
Okay.
There was moments where I was like, "Oh, someone's gonna probably die."
Did anybody die, Dan?
I don't want to say.
That's gonna be a no.
But I was like, I got nervous a couple times.
Okay, so nobody dies. Gotcha.
People die.
It's a zombie movie. How could people not die?
Yeah, people die.
People do die. Yeah.
I mean, probably Berkeley's the one who dies because let's face it, he's the hippie, so that would make sense.
That's funny you say that. Wait till you watch the film.
Because he does, right? Is he the one who's causing all the smart zombies?
Sure.
It's secondhand marijuana smoke is causing these zombies.
That's brilliant.
That is not true.
I know.
He does have a bunch.
He does have a lot of weed. I don't know where he got it from.
I mean, you just have to hit up a dispensary. Well, it's 2009 though; that wasn't legalized yet, so it would be really hard to.
No, it's 2019 in this world.
Yeah, but the chaos happened in 2009, so the laws didn't change in between. The society ends in 2009, and 2017 is around the time when it became legalized, and you can actually buy.
In California, it was legal in Denver sooner than that.
Oh my gosh!
Okay,
Moving on.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you very much.
All right. I mean, I don't really have much to ask because I just kind of feel like this movie, just by what you guys are saying, is just literally a crowd pleaser. Well, what do you have to say about
the action is awesome in this film.
It is.
There's a lot of action in this movie.
Yep.
It's balanced with comedy and action, so it's a nice blend. It's nice to watch. Again, it's nothing like, oh my god, this movie's amazing, but it's a lot of fun.
Can I ask? This is a serious question. Does it have that hang up moment where it realizes that it has to have a message, and then the movie slows down?
No.
Okay, good. Now I'm interested in watching this movie. Okay, great.
There's not. There's not.
There is one message.
See,
there
it is.
I guess, but it doesn't slow it down.
No, it doesn't slow it down.
Okay.
It's a super cheesy message, but it doesn't slow it down.
Okay. All right. Cool. Directing. How is it directing this? I mean, this is the same director as Venom. He's come back from his.
It's great. It seems like we're entering this world that we've already known for a while.
Okay.
And so it's like a welcome back to this world.
And he literally says welcome back, like the first thing.
Does.
He's like, welcome back.
Yeah, he
like,
says.
Yeah, how you doing?
The only thing I will say that did bother me of the film, but whatever. I guess because the first one, he didn't show his rules as much as he did in the first one.
In this one, you're saying they use the rules less.
They use the rules, but for a sequel, I would have thought that they would have doubled the rules that they would have used.
I'm actually really glad they didn't.
They actually return to the rules. So it's like they do like callbacks from the first film.
So yeah, but you don't learn any new rules because there's like 83 rules.
Right, we know cardio.
And we see the same 5 or 10 rules.
Double tap. Yeah.
We learned a couple new ones.
But
they're not really rules. But
okay.
I know what. Yes, I get. Yes.
without
spoiling.
And it kind of makes him think that he hasn't added to his rules. So it's like answering its own question.
But I would have liked to have known more of the stuff.
He does add more rules throughout the movie, and he was. But I won't spoil it.
Okay,
shut up, Mike.
Yeah. Enjoy the little moments. That's one of his last. I think the 80-second rule from the last movie. Yeah. Okay.
It's fun. It's a fun film, and there are a lot of fun scenes within this.
This is a good crowd pleaser. Avoid you want to avoid real life. You can just go watch the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I should have watched that then. Okay. Any
spoiler alert early for his rating?
Oh, there is much bitterness in my heart. You can call me the mistress of evil at this point. All right. Any final words? Any final thoughts about this movie? Is anybody commenting?
No.
Okay, well then there you go then. It is pretty late.
That I can see.
Okay, Mike, final words.
Turn off the brain and so it doesn't get eaten by zombies, and then enjoy the film.
All right.
This is a fun ride. Everyone is. It's like a welcome back to the original. I say watch in theaters because currently right now, thanks to Mike letting me know that they have $5 barbecue chicken flatbreads at the theaters. $5. That's $10. $5.
That's because you ordered 2.
Yeah. So definitely worth going to. I had one when they went to go see it. So I definitely recommend to go to the movies and try that.
All right. Heather, final thoughts.
I like that rating. It's like dine and take out leftovers or $5 buffalo pizza.
Go watch the movie and enjoy a meal. That's right up our alley. Yeah, that's our alley right there.
They're actually pretty good.
Right.
Be careful because the barbecue sauce does stain.
Oh, okay. I had
to wear that bib.
I had the triple cheese flatbread. That was delicious too, but that cost $6.98. So don't get that one. Obviously,
it's a limited time. So go to the movies now.
It's actually gone up. It's like double, isn't it? I think it's like close to $10 now.
The flatbread?
Yeah.
No, I got it for $6.98.
I still like how this stuff is whatever price, and then popcorn's still friggin' $10, and it costs them 30 cents to make. Whatever.
Hack for that, but don't do it this year. Do it for next year. You can buy a bucket that you can reuse, and it's only $4 for popcorn.
Oh, really?
At AMC?
And you get a free refill.
So it's good for a year, like a calendar year?
It's good for a calendar year. So I bought it in April. I still use it. It's awesome. It's only like $4. And if you get rewards, popcorn's free.
So you walk into the movie theater with your own tin.
It's not tin. It's plastic.
It's a plastic.
And I wash it every time.
Okay. I was going to ask, do you wash it, or you just let it soak in there with all the oils?
Yeah, all the flavors. All the flavors.
By the end, you have a year worth of flavors.
A butter
10
stuck
years
to the bottom. Yeah.
he had it since the first Zombieland.
The funny thing is, every time I give them, they always look inside to see if it's clean or not.
Do they really?
They do.
The ultimate double tap.
It's a silent judgment looking at you, going like, "You filthy animal."
I feel like they would say no if it was dirty.
Oh, all right. Well,
That's great.
one can only
We are
hope.
not sponsored by AMC, by the way. So
Where can you buy this?
This was the longest tangent ever. You
AMC.
guys.
I've allowed it because I just don't want to get to the next review. Heather, your final thoughts.
Just to reiterate what I already said, it's really fun. Like you know, I was on the fence about dine in or take out, but this is a film I'd like watch at home and just chill in my pajamas. And I don't think it's necessary to go to a theater, but it's a fun
flatbread.
if you're gonna get flatbread, you have to go see it at dine in. Otherwise, just pajamas.
All right. I have my verdict. I have my verdict.
It's also a great double feature, obviously. If you do
This
watch
was
it at
my
home.
time talking.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
hush.
No,
Dan,
I'm the host. I can
Dan
talk
needs to
whatever.
shut up right now.
host.
I'm the host right now. Stop talking, please.
Let
So,
me finish.
do I need to?
So it'd be great to watch it at home. I'm vying for your. It's great to watch it at home.
I already have a verdict, but okay.
With the first one,
Yes.
like a double feature.
Yes, that's what I was throwing at.
Couldn't I just watch the first one at home and then watch the second one in the theater?
But it wouldn't be the same. It's two different formats.
Yeah, you just watch them both at home. He was helping us.
Oh, I see. Well,
The only time we're gonna agree today.
that's fair. But I'm going to say this movie is a dine-in, watch it in theaters.
What?
You lose.
Yeah, you needed to let me finish. I was about to give my verdict here. I kind of want to go watch this now. It just seems ridiculous. I'm not going to learn anything from it, but that's
won't.
sometimes okay.
It is.
Yeah, and
You'll learn to love.
And as I said previously, I need it after watching Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. So, with that being said, Dan, take the hosting duties back.
All right, let's move on to the next review.
Thank you.
So the movie we're reviewing is Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, directed by Joachim Ronin, written by Micah Fitzerman Blue and Noah Harpster, starring Angelina Jolie, Elle Fanning, Harris Dickinson, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Here's the plot. Maleficent and her goddaughter Aurora begin to question the complex family ties that bind them as they are pulled in different directions by impeding nuptials, unexpected allies, and dark new forces at play. Alright guys, I have not seen this film, so depending on your spoiler-free review, I would decide this movie is worth a dine and watch it in theaters, take out, wait and watch it at home, or leftovers. Go ahead and curse ourselves to have to watch this movie, or all bad movies.
All bad Disney movies?
All bad Disney movies forever.
Well.
So Heather, you didn't get a point for the first one, so
Sorry, Heather.
maybe you can get a point for this one. We'll see. Go ahead and rate this film.
I'm gonna give it a dine-in.
Oh, okay. Solid dine-in for you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Z?
In 3D.
And three. Oh, okay. All right, good. That's great. That's great. This movie is,
How far are we going?
Oh, this movie.
I almost feel like he's fucking with you and he's going to say dine in.
No, I'm not going to say that at all.
I enjoy how much Z hates
Okay,
this
so
film.
let me.
I'm excited about
Let
this.
me set this up. So Heather messages us saying it's a great movie. This is amazing. We should review it. And then Mike goes and watches it, and then he messages me going, "Oh, you should watch it. I think I would love to hear your opinion on it." To which I was thinking, this might actually be a good movie. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a great movie. And so I take the fiance to go watch it, and I look over to her, and I'm like, "Are you enjoying this?" And she's like, "No." And then I'm like, "Oh, good. I'm not." Just why the hell did Mike make me watch this movie? So one, fuck you, Mike, for making me do that.
Because he wasn't going to make me watch it. I haven't seen the first one.
And don't worry, you don't need it because this movie is garbage regardless. This movie is a leftovers. You do not want to watch this movie unless you're a 4-year-old and have a brain the size of like a pea. Then okay, then you can enjoy this movie. But this movie is absolutely. You know what this movie is? It is a PG version of Game of Thrones, but the worst parts of the season. And I say that intentionally because there was literally a red wedding moment in this movie, and I couldn't understand why they put that in there. So this movie is a leftovers. Don't watch it at all. Save yourself. Seriously, like what was going on with this movie?
All right, move on.
Thank you. Sorry.
Mike?
It was actually a dine-in for me. It was? Yeah. Well, I enjoyed it. I loved Z's like setup to my dine-in.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy this, Mike?
Was
the bar lowered so badly for you in some capacity?
Let me take the hosting duties over.
Thanks, sorry, go ahead.
So as someone who hasn't seen the first or second one,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
how how does this expand the lore of Sleeping Beauty?
What in the hell? None of it makes sense. None of it.
Stop.
Okay,
It totally expands.
Really?
It does.
Really?
Yes.
What is Maleficent? What is she in the lore?
I think that would be spoilers.
It's a dragon. She's a dragon. That's Maleficent 1. That's exactly what Maleficent is. This movie rewrites all of that.
I think it's
in the original Sleeping Beauty, you're talking about she's the dragon.
Yes.
So in this one, it's completely different.
Completely
So
different.
I feel like they explain that pretty well.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. You can explain to me, please?
So they talk about in the beginning of this that even kind of spoilers for the first one, but
we don't care about the first one.
But the story of the first one.
Wait, spoilers for the first one. Spoilers for
But
the first one.
I'm gonna keep it kind of simple though, because the story that takes place in the first one some time has passed, and that has turned into like a legend almost, and it's been twisted.
Yes.
So she's still she is the mistress of evil going into the second one, like in the eyes of all the humans.
Right.
She's a terrifying villain. No matter what happened in the first movie, she's a terrifying villain going into this because it's a legend. Right.
There's fake news going on. We get that. I got that. There was a subplot.
And now the first movie was kind of encumbered, and it had to fit into the original Sleeping Beauty story and like fit around that story, that legend. So this one, because it's taking place after that, is now free to do whatever it wants with its plot, and I really enjoyed what they did with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So several things on that point. One,
I'm guessing you guys are no longer friends.
No. Well, this is an appreciation.
I don't want to sit next to you.
Discussion. I mean, that's entirely up to you. But and I really was looking forward to talking to you about this because, like, okay, so the Aurora Sleeping Beauty storyline, that's the whole mythology there. That gets played out in this minor, like very minor. What I liked about the first Maleficent, and you know what, I'm not going to completely. I think I put that one with leftovers as well. But what I did enjoy about the original that I really did not like about this one is that there was this really like heartfelt subplot in Maleficent of a woman who is this incarnation of evil who finds it in her heart to become a mother, and I thought that was very interesting. This movie, however, has Maleficent flip-flopping between I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy, I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy, and it just really feels so unearned. And there's so many moments in this movie where, and it's all in the trailer, that's the other part that was really infuriating. I don't know if you found this infuriating, but I knew what the plot was because of the trailer, and the trailer showed way too much. And I knew, like, she's going to go, the other guy's going to pick her up. Great, we saw that. And then even the explanation of the lore behind the Dark Fae, which I don't think that's not a plot spoiler, was entirely lame and done so, like, there was like boats of exposition being dropped on you that entire sequence, and I was like, I am bored. However, the one thing that I did enjoy about this movie was that the pacing was really nice. And that is about it.
I do have a question.
Okay.
So we are introduced to new characters as well in this film. We're introduced to Michelle Pfeiffer's character.
Okay, yes.
And we're introduced to, Chiwetel Ejiofor's character.
He's barely in it.
But we're introduced to the new character, right?
Yeah.
How do they help tell the story as well? Are they utilized well or not?
Yes.
Like,
They're vital to the plot.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say Pfeiffer is. Pfeiffer was probably the best part of this movie because you clearly can tell that she was having fun on set because she was hamming it up hard. Like I thought, like I was like, okay, like is this intentional 80s bad Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman?
Well, she's part of the Disney family because she's the original Wasp.
Yeah,
so.
sure. No, but
she did a great job. Though,
she reminded me of Catwoman because she was really campy, like meow, like that kind of style of like really like campy Batman 2. I don't know if you guys remember. Like this is the second Batman
Returns.
Movie. Batman Returns. Yeah, she was really like that character, and
so the best Batman movie.
Well, definitely the best Catwoman.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, she was a really
I like
good.
Anne Hathaway.
Okay,
really?
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
She was great.
Yeah, she was pretty good. But yeah, she was very campy and she was very over the top. Like accent was wavering all over the shop. It was really great. Like, honestly, like, she was fantastic. I thought she did a really good job of playing that role. And, you know, if I were to ask you, what do you think her character is? Would you be able to tell from the trailer?
I'm assuming she's Prince Philip's mother.
Yeah, but do you know, like, is she gonna be chaotic evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, chaotic evil.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you get. You literally get exactly what you paid for. There's no surprise.
Also, what I've heard from like other reviews is that this movie, they take it a little further in the sense like it's a little more darker. There's a little more
yes,
it's a little like even scarier moments.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would not take my 4-year-old to see this movie.
You know, that's a part where I was like, oh, this is what Mike wanted me to watch. Great, because they started murdering people, and I was like, oh, I'm really excited now because like now we're turning a leaf. Now we're really switching things out. You know, the monster being the human, and you're like, oh, this is going to be good. And then they don't do much with it because they cop out at every possible chance they can get.
I just don't agree because I feel like the stakes were pretty high throughout the film. Like I was genuinely anxious for characters. And I was feeling anxiety for the plot and for the characters.
Me
I was
too,
invested.
but that's out of frustration.
No, but genuine, like, I was really invested in the characters and what was happening and, like, upset at some points because, like, the Game of Thrones reference that you made.
The Red
like,
Wedding.
I care about the characters and I don't want anything to happen. And they were killing people and, I think they did a good job. I was invested, and then I got my happy ending.
Well, hold on, but
you know,
see,
like
the problem with that Red Wedding moment was that the actress Leslie Manville, I believe that's who. No, that's wrong. Jen Murray. That entire sequence. There's a sequence where she's playing a piano, and it's done so like. If you want me to feel dread, which is what I wanted in that moment, then don't overcamp it. And she sells it too damn hard. And I honestly was like, okay, you've lost my investment. This feels really dragged on. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like there was
you
moments
think because it was placating to like teenagers and stuff like that that they wanted to like overdo it?
I think they were like dancing on this line because it's a PG film.
Yeah.
And I think but to me I don't think like it didn't affect me in the same negative way as it affected Z.
I think
like to me
let me talk for
no,
this.
go ahead. Yeah.
To me it felt like I felt it had the same effect for me as it did for Heather, where I was genuinely worried about these characters, but they're still like your typical like it's your typical Disney fairy like PG characters in real danger, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was like it was darker, but it didn't. I don't think it like.
It wasn't that grossly dark.
Yeah, but it does like there is death in this film, and it is. I felt like
there isn't.
Yes, there is.
There barely is.
The fact that there's
we're not going to do spoilers, but we'll talk afterwards. But I'll tell you where that's actually not. They retconned the whole damn thing.
No, there is death in the film. It does happen, and I
could see where you're getting that.
And to me it wasn't impactful. I cared about that character, and I won't ruin that for you, but it is darker. I did enjoy it more than the first.
I enjoyed it more than the first as well.
I hated it more than the first.
And I went into this with like, I mean, the first one was cool. I mean, I didn't watch it till recently, like within this year, and I was like pleasantly surprised with that one because I had zero expectations for that, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And the second one, I was like, all right, I'll go watch it. And because I went with people who are like real fans of the first one, and I was like, "Wow, this is better than the first one. This is great. Like, I really enjoyed it a lot."
That's awesome.
Now, this film, obviously, because it is Disney-fied, they put a lot of money into the budget for special effects CGI. How did that look? I know you saw it in 3D.
So Heather, you saw it in
3D.
Yeah.
How were the special effects in the film?
I actually think it was really good, and the 3D was nice. It's Disney, and current Disney. It was very beautiful. It was well done.
See, maybe it's because again 2D, but I thought that the CGI was inconsistent. There were some characters that looked better than others within the same shot, and that also really affected my like viewing experience. Where I was like, why does the toad look better than that one over there? Like, and I was like that. that shouldn't happen, and I think that that's more of a development, like a pre-development question of like how they needed to really nail down consistency between creatures. Like, do we want to go cartoonish? And I'm talking about the mushroom head kid with the emo haircut. I'm not even joking around. That's his character.
Emo haircut?
Yeah, he had adorable.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. He was adorable, but
his little friend was adorable.
And there's like a little hedgehog fairy.
Yeah,
and they're the same kind of.
But they're very cartoonish.
But they're the same kind of cartoonish.
Yeah, and then you have other creatures who are nothing like cartoonish. They are in fact like humanoid, and the fairies
they're magical creatures.
But the consistency is not there, and that was another real big issue for me. Where I was like,
do you think that was the bad call for Joaquin Roney?
I don't think it was up to him. I think that the Disney.
But he's a director, though.
I am aware of that, but I think that we need to start looking. And honestly, this is probably a rant, but we need to really start looking at Disney films with the lens of TV, because they're moving into the TV business, and this almost felt like watching a television show.
Like, it's better suited for Disney Plus.
Yeah, and I think that this movie almost felt like, in TV, I don't know if you guys know about this TV. TV has directors.
The new technology TV?
No. TV has different directors that rotate same consistent writers. And so it's a writer's medium. Directors don't really have a lot of say.
Yeah, the showrunners are the writers.
Exactly. And so I felt like this was more of like, I don't think the director had much say. They literally told him, you need to direct this movie, and you have no say-so over artistic design, nor over anything else that's plot.
To be fair, the director he's directed the other Pirates of the Caribbean movies, so maybe he's used to
being told what to do. Yeah, no, I agree. But that's what I mean. This movie almost felt like regardless of who was directing it, it wouldn't have really turned out that well. And you have to look at the writers of this one, the two writers who wrote this, Micah Fitzerman Blue and Noah Herbster. Yeah, they're very novice writers, and honestly, like, I think that this is just a result of Disney creating their machine, and that's what the biggest issue with this movie is that there is a very inconsistency in storytelling. Like, I almost felt like, in Heather, please tell me that you don't feel the same way. Maleficent, Angelina Jolie's character, doesn't have much dialogue to work with.
No, she actually really doesn't have much
dialogue.
dialogue.
She comes on screen and she says one word or at least 5, and you can hear the ka-ching coming out of every sentence, every word she says, but that's about it. She doesn't really say a whole lot. She's acting against other people, and that's what really feels phoned in. Like the Crow character gets more lines.
Ed Skrein?
Gets more lines. They're both on screen at the same time, but the Crow, Sam Riley's character...
No, the actor's name is Ed Skrein.
Oh, yeah. No. Ed Skrein is a different character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Sam Riley's the character, the Diable character. He gets more words in this film than Angelina Jolie's character, and that's a problem. Like, I should be caring about Angelina Jolie's character, Maleficent. If she is, in fact, wrongly accused by the fake news, then I should care about her. I should understand her. But instead, she's just standing there pretty. And don't get me wrong, she looks gorgeous in this movie, but she's not doing very much except blending into the background.
Do you think it's because it's more of the presence of Maleficent as a character as opposed to like who she really is to the public?
It affected me differently when I saw it. I thought the acting was great. I don't think like she necessarily needed to say anything. I think you could just in the way of her staring at the moon and like, I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I completely went along with her internal struggle, and like you said, she was flopping back and forth, but that was kind of the point for her character. Her arc in this movie was that she couldn't decide. She couldn't figure out where she was, because she has, some rightful anger.
Yeah.
But she also has discovered love, but that's new.
Yeah.
So it is a struggle, and I didn't need her to talk a lot. You can watch. She did a great performance, and you can watch her have an internal struggle. And her sidekick, the Crow,
Diable, yeah.
He did all the commentary for her.
Exposition, yeah. Yes, but that's a problem with character.
So I'm having a struggle between both ratings. So really, give me your punch.
The final point.
Final punch.
Yeah, not so much final, but really
punch
like draw draw me into your rating because I guess like Maleficent, I'm teeling-tottering back and forth because I'm not sure which one to go with.
Yeah.
But really, like, also answer me this question. On top of that, is she really the Mistress of Evil in this movie?
No, of course not, because Disney can't do that.
I think there was a Mistress of Evil.
Oh, there clearly was, but you can't. Again, the problem with this movie is, and that was another thing with the title, is that this movie just felt like it was trying to draw us in to make us want to see her as the evil character, but it can't make up its damn mind over what it wants to do.
No, because the actual villain in the film has gone really to great lengths to make her look like the bad guy, to make Maleficent look like the bad guy.
I mean, I'm
to
assuming
look like the Mistress.
Yes, we're talking about Michelle Pfeiffer's character. There's no spot. Yeah. Yes.
She and it was good crafting on her part. It was a well thought out plan.
Yes, because everybody
it was well done.
Because everyone in the kingdom is dim, including Philip. That's another part that we haven't even talked about. Is that Philip, the character Aurora,
it has Aurora too.
Yeah, they're really dim. Like they're not really like. I mean, again, that's
the Disney princes are all dim.
No, they are not.
Well, except for Belle, but
no, I said princes.
Oh, princes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. but okay. But see, there's a moment in which you can really develop another character, but they don't do it. They just waste its time, and it's like yeah. That's all he does on screen, and it's like, okay, you have the baddie, the other mistress. I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay, so you're asking for final points. This movie is inconsistent. It flip-flops. It jumps all over the place. It doesn't know what kind of movie it wants to be. Does it want to be a dark movie? Does it want to be a light movie? Does it want to be a heartfelt movie? And it doesn't settle on its own. So when you get to the final point of the movie, I honestly sighed in relief that the movie was over. And if you want that, great. Enjoy that movie. But honestly, this movie is I think inconsistent in its audience. It doesn't know who it wants to sell to. It teeters between teenagers and children, and because of that, this movie is a mess. And that's it. So if you want to see a mess of a movie, maybe you know what, you can enjoy the movie by drinking. I wish I was drunk the entire time, and honestly, it could be a good drinking game because there's so many campy lines, there's so many weird shit going on in this movie that if you want to enjoy a movie that's just simply inconsistent, this is your cup of tea.
Heather?
So to completely contradict that,
yeah, of course, yeah, go ahead.
I think that the entire concept of both films is nice because everyone loves a villain. Everyone loves villains.
Agreed. Magneto's awesome. This is not Magneto.
So it was a fun, like the first film and this film are fun takes on looking at the characters from a different perspective. And like you said, the pacing was well done. Mm-hmm. I genuinely cared about the characters. It was beautiful. So it was fun watching it on a big screen, and it was fun watching it in 3D. And I had an enjoyable experience watching. I felt worried for the characters, and then I was with it till the end. And the ending made me feel, so I really think it was an enjoyable experience to watch in theaters, and I would recommend watching the first one and then going and seeing this in theaters.
Mike?
I think they expanded this fantasy world. It was no longer like to me it felt like it was beyond a sequel. It didn't feel like a sequel film to me. It felt like it stood on its own, and you probably might not even need to see the first one to see this.
You don't.
And I think I really appreciated that they also developed like all the different fantasy creatures that exist in this world, like the fairies, and they have this backstory about it, and I appreciated all of that, and I was with it. As Heather said as well, I was with it to the end, and I was emotionally invested in everything that was happening. But I think you do have to let go of like what you think it's supposed to be based on the original Sleeping Beauty, based on what you think Maleficent is supposed to be, because this film like completely does a 180, but it's intentional. That's the whole point of the film is, and they comment on that, and they talk about that, which I enjoyed as well. So, and I don't think I think the film was like right on point with what they wanted. It wasn't a mess to me. I felt like it. To me, it was very clear with what it wanted to do, and I felt like it executed it well, and I had a good time.
That's a Mike recommendation right there for you. That should tell you enough.
It's difficult because all you bring good points. And Mike, the fact that you said that you don't really see the first one gets me interested to maybe watching this one in theaters. Heather, you also made a good point about the caring about the characters, and Z, you make a great point as well about
the pacing being good.
The pacing being good, and
Agreed.
Literally the only
and
thing that's
possibly
good.
being a mess. So it's hard. I don't think I've ever felt this like.
It's just torn inside.
It's all right.
You're
So-
like Maleficent. You don't know.
yeah.
You don't know whether to kill the humans or save them.
So I
Danificent.
think I'm gonna go with takeout.
Do the takeout, man.
Oh,
Take
okay.
it. Nobody gets points.
Yeah,
Great.
it's so I don't
All
know. Like you guys have made really good
I
points.
really want to
But-
watch you watch this movie because I think that would be way more fun than this movie.
Well, no,
I'm actually down for that.
Yeah, I'm down for
Just
that.
record
too.
Dan's reaction.
you're just gonna make me watch.
We
That is-
finally all
that is
agree
not
on something.
But we should go watch it in theaters.
No,
That's
no,
not creepy at all.
Yeah, just put a face cam on him the entire time.
We'll get him one of those like little like headgears with the camera on.
The person that will come in and go like, "Sir, are you recording?" He's like, "No, I'm just recording my own reactions."
That's weird. You guys are weird.
Thank you.
But I allow it. All right. Thank you so much. So we will go ahead and give Zombieland a dine-in and Maleficent a takeouts. But leaning more towards the dine-in than the leftovers. if that helps you guys at all.
No.
Not you. I'm
No.
talking about them.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Heather, for being on the show. We're always happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Do you want to go ahead and promote anything on our podcast?
Actually, yeah. So my theater class with my kids, my students, there's ages 8 to 16. I have a 16-year-old now.
Ooh.
He's 16.
Nice.
And like 6'2".
Elias?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so we're doing a fun little Halloween show. We're basically doing like campfire stories. Like literally, we're all gonna sit in a campfire, and the kids are gonna tell short, spooky stories.
Scared of the dark.
Indoors, though.
Indoors, yeah, with a faux
No,
campfire.
don't say it. Let them go and enjoy.
Anyway, so it's coming up actually this weekend. So the 26th and 27th at Belvedere Park in the Social Hall at 6 p.m. It's going to be less than an hour and kind of fun and
Kind of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
yeah, lots of fun.
Let her promote her own thing, man.
No, but I mean, I'm very biased. My students are amazing, and they work really hard, and they're absolutely adorable. So if you can come check it out, it's an hour of your time, and they would really appreciate the support because they worked really hard, and it'll be a fun evening. So Saturday or Sunday, 6 p.m., get your spooky stories in there. You can check us out at etwla.com for more information.
Or go to our Facebook page as well, or Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
Cool.
Duh. Thank you so much, Mike, for being here.
For something.
For something. For being
you,
the
Dan,
sound guy and
I guess.
co-host. And for throwing your 2 cents when we ask you to.
I still got plenty of sense in me.
No, you don't.
No, I really don't.
Thank you so much, Z, for hosting Zombieland.
Of course. Yeah.
Sorry that Mike made you watch Maleficent.
Yep. I'm gonna get Mike back for that.
I feel like it's kind of my fault, though.
No. It's Mike's. It's Mike's fault.
I take full responsibility and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So again, we want to thank Company of Angels again for having us have our film festival this past weekend. That was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we could do this annually. So stay tuned for any announcements that might come within the near future. I'm Dan the Man Muñoz. Please visit us at moviemenupodcast.com. Subscribe to our feed on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube as well. We are everywhere. We are invading the internet, so there's no reason for you not to be following us or listening to us or loving us in general, because we're amazing. At least I am. On that note, until next time, guys, we'll be back next week for our new episode of Movie Menu Reviews. Thank you, guys, and goodbye.
2,
Bye.
3,
See you later.
4.